our food and water. The importance of food. We need power to make all the different movements of the body. This power is called energy. We get this energy from the different constituents of food. It helps to repair the wear and tear of the body. It helps the body to fight diseases. All the work of the body goes on smoothly. Constituents of food. Rice, bhakris, chapatis form the staple or main items of our food. They are made from grains like rice, jowar, bajra, corn, ragi, wheat, etc. These grains are called cereals. Cereals contain starch, which is a carbohydrate. The body gets heat and energy from carbohydrates or starch. Our food also includes different kinds of vegetables, including leafy vegetables, tubers, and roots. Vegetables contain salts and vitamins, which are a constituent of our food. They help our body to grow well. Our ability to fight disease, that is, our resistance to disease, improves. The different parts of our body keep working well. Milk, meat, fish, and eggs contain proteins. Pulses like arhar, moong, moat, chawli, chana, peas also contain proteins. We prepare curries using these protein-rich foods. Protein-rich foods help to repair the wear and tear of the body. We cook our food in oil, ghee, or butter. Oil, ghee, or butter are called fats. We get maximum energy from fats. Now that we have seen the constituents of food, let us learn about the importance of water. Water. Water is considered to be an important part of our food. It is necessary for cooking food. Cooked food. We eat food in different ways. We may prepare the food we eat by roasting, steaming, deep frying, or shallow frying it. Such food is called cooked food. Cooking makes food softer, tastier, and easier to digest. Vegetables, including leafy vegetables, may be cooked for eating. However, some of the vitamins they contain get destroyed by overcooking. That is why we should not cook food too much. Uncooked food. We eat some foodstuffs like fruits, some leafy vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, radishes, carrots, onions without cooking. That is, we eat them raw. We should wash fruits and vegetables clean before using them. Washing helps to remove the dirt and germs sticking to them. Importance of eating all constituents of food. Which of these two children would you prefer to be like? Our body becomes healthy and strong if we have a diet which contains all constituents of food. If we do not have such a diet, our body is not properly nourished and we can get different diseases. Prepare and eat. Make laddus by mixing jaggery in roasted and ground peanuts and eat them. Mix onion, tomato, coconut, red chilies and salt with boiled moong or moat or chana and squeeze some lemon juice onto it. Pack it in your tiffin and eat it during the break. You will get lots of vitamins. To have good health, we must have safe water, that is, good and clean water, which will not cause us any harm. It is called potable water. We must also have clean, fresh and nourishing food. The containers in which we store our drinking water and food must be clean too. Preserving food. In order to keep foodstuffs safe and edible for a long time, they are treated in several ways, such as drying or salting. They may also be packed in airtight containers. Foodstuffs like milk powder, fruit juices packed in airtight cans are always available. Prevent wastage of food. Don't ever spoil, waste or throw away food at home or at parties or when you eat your tiffin. Need for food. We water the plants in our garden regularly to make them grow well. Occasionally, we add fertilizers to the soil to help them grow better. In the same way, we also need food for our growth, to increase our resistance to disease, and to keep good health. Remember, this is the kind of food you must eat for good health. Food that has all the constituents of food in the proper proportions. Food that is safe to eat. Food that has been cooked and served in clean vessel. Proper care for food. You have learnt about the constituents of food and their uses. Let us now learn about the proper care, use and storage of food. What care must be taken before preparing food? The ingredients used to cook food must be clean and safe. So, cereals like rice and pulses like moong or green gram, matki or moth beans, chawli or black eye bean should be cleaned by picking out stones and washing in water 2 or 3 times. Remember, green leafy vegetables and other vegetables like radish and carrot which grow under the ground have soil sticking to them. When they are washed in plenty of clean water, the soil, worms, any other substances sticking to them, and the chemicals sprayed on them are all washed away. Before using any vegetables, they should be washed in water with salt in it. If vegetables are washed after cutting, some of the vitamins they contain like B and C dissolve in the water and get washed away too. So all vegetables should be cut only after washing them. We must not eat vegetables that are rotten or are ridden with tiny insects or worms. We should always eat vegetables and fruits while they are fresh. Vegetables should be covered while they are cooking. This preserves their taste and the food constituents they contain. Also, it saves energy. Remember, vegetables should be cooked in only a little water. If there is too much water, the nourishing constituents mix with it. If this water is not consumed with the vegetables, the nourishing constituents are wasted. Always eat fresh food. Do not leave food uncovered. Germs in the air can enter uncovered food. Such food is harmful. Food sold in the market is often cooked in unclean places and is left uncovered. It has flies and gnats sitting on it. Such food should be avoided. Good eating habits. We should not have very spicy food in our everyday meals. Also, very sweet, chilly hot or very sour preparations should not be eaten too often. We must also avoid foods that have been fermented more than necessary. However, idlis and dosas made from reasonably fermented batters should be included in our diet. Food fermented like this have nourishing constituents in them. Try this. Take 1 cupful of any of the pulses, moong, matki or charli. Pick out any rubbish in it and wash it clean with water. Soak it in 5 to 6 cups of water. After 5 or 6 hours, drain out the water and tie the seeds in a clean piece of cloth. Take out the seeds and observe them the next day. What do you see? You will see that the seeds have sprouted. Pulses should be sprouted before eating. Sprouting makes them easier to digest. Vitamin B is also formed in them. Never throw away the water in which rice or pulses have been cooked. It contains all nourishing substances. Note: eat the sprouted seeds while the sprouts are still small. Do not wait till the sprouts have grown long. It is good to eat some foodstuffs uncooked. These are cucumber, cabbage, radish, carrot, beet, and the like. Also, eat all kinds of fruit. They give us the vitamins that our body needs. Besides, the fiber they contain makes the cleaning of bowels easier. Preserving food. To preserve cooked food, first boil it and then place the covered vessel in cold water. Placing cooked foods in an ice box preserves them for a longer time and also makes it easier to carry them elsewhere. These days, food is kept in refrigerators to preserve it. Refrigerators make it possible to preserve and store even those foods which spoil easily. As the temperature inside the refrigerator is low, food keeps fresh in it for a few days. Even so, foods should not be kept there for too long before use. Foods in the refrigerator should also be kept covered. Sometimes foods spill. The refrigerator becomes soiled. If vegetables are not washed before keeping in the refrigerator, they leave mud stains inside. Fungus grows on them and spreads to the other foods. Therefore, the refrigerator should be cleaned from time to time. How to avoid wastage of food? Eat all that is served on plate. If you do not like a particular dish, eat what has already been served and don't take more. Eat only to satisfy your hunger. Don't serve yourself too much. You won't have to throw away any food later. When eating at a party or function, ask for or serve yourself only as much as you need. Serve others only as much as they want. Do not persuade others and serve more. This only results in wastage of food. Avoid wasting food yourself and request others to do the same. Each of us must understand that food should not be wasted. Storage of food. To be able to use wheat, jowar, pulses and dals all through the year, they must be sun-dried properly and stored. To make pickles last the whole year and to make them tasty, we use ingredients like salt, oil, mustard and asafoetida. We use sugar syrups to make jams. Chemical substances are used for preserving the jams, squashes and a variety of pickles that we get in the market. We should not put a moist spoon into things like chili and turmeric powders or into pickles and jams which we wish to use for the whole year. A moist spoon or moist fingers will cause these foodstuffs to get spoilt. Fine thread-like structures grow in turmeric and chili powder, and fungus grows on jams and pickles and they get spoilt. Try this. Take a lemon, cut it into 8 pieces. Add 1 small spoon of common salt to them. Place this mixture in a bottle. Shake it well and place it inside. After 8 days, add 2 spoons of sugar and some chili powder to suit your taste. Shake the bottle again. This will make a tasty tangy pickle. You can make an amla or raw mango pickle in the same way. Make sure you do not hurt yourself when you cut the lemon. It is important not only how food is cooked, but also how it is handled while serving and eating. It is necessary to wash your hands before preparing, serving, or eating food. The hands, feet, and clothes of the person preparing the food must also be clean. Food should be kept covered with a clean lid before you eat it and also after you have finished eating. All vessels used to prepare, serve, or eat food should also be clean. Purifying water. We get water from streams, rivulets, wells, rivers, lakes, and the sea. All these are called natural sources of water. Plenty of water is received on the earth because of rain. It collects under the ground in layers of rocks. We obtain this water by means of tube wells. We cannot drink the water we get from these sources as it is. It has to be made safe for drinking. Water that has been treated in a water purification plant is transported to houses through pipes. This mostly keeps the water quite clean. It has very little of soil particles or rubbish in it. In some places, water has to be brought from wells, rivers, or lakes. As these are open sources, they contain a lot of rubbish and soil particles. It is also possible that wastewater is mixed in it. Before we use this water for drinking, it must be made clear and safe for drinking. Various methods are used to make water safe for drinking. Nowadays, drinking water is filtered in many households. Simple filtration techniques. Try this. Place some unfiltered water in a vessel and leave it undisturbed for some hours. Now observe the water. You see that the soil particles and rubbish have settled at the bottom. A lump of alum is swirled in the water that is used for household purposes. This helps to settle the impurities in it and the water becomes clear. Try this. Swirl a lump of alum in water. This will cause the insoluble particles in water to settle at the bottom. Now, filter this water through 4 or 6 layers of clean cloth. The process of filtering will give you clear water. Filtration separates the insoluble impurities from water and makes the water clear. Using a water filter. Often we find that tap water is muddy, especially during the rainy season. It has to be made potable, that is, fit for drinking. Devices such as the water filter are used for this purpose in some places. Best filtration techniques at home. Try this. Take some muddy water and first keep it aside undisturbed. Then filter it. Take the filtered water in a vessel and boil it. After keeping the water on the boil for 15 to 20 minutes, allow it to cool. Filter it again. This water will be very clear and safe. Boiling makes water safe to drink because boiling kills the disease-producing germs in it. Water purification on a large scale. A city or town is supplied water from lakes or reservoirs. It is not possible to boil this water. Here, a chemical called bleaching powder is added to the water in a definite proportion. This chemical kills disease-producing germs and we get water that is free of germs. This water is stored in tanks from where it is carried to other places by pipes. In villages, bleaching powder or chemicals like potassium permanganate are added to wells in prescribed proportions. This makes the water germ-free. If we use a device for getting germ-free water, it must be cleaned from time to time and kept in good repair. Vessels in which water is stored at home must be scrubbed clean regularly. Quick water filtration technique. Try this. Make a small bag from a piece of thin, clean white cotton cloth. Fill it with clean cotton wool. This makes a handy filter. Tie this little filtering bag tightly over the spout of your tap and obtain clear filtered water. Observe the color of the cotton wool after 2 days. Use the bag again, changing the cotton wool. Water never becomes stale, so do not throw away the water you have taken the trouble to store on the day before. Best practices when using water. Remember, use only as much water as you need. Water is essential for the survival of living things. However, it is not available in unlimited quantities. Hence, it must be used responsibly and economically. Use water sparingly. While washing your face or brushing your teeth or having a bath or while washing the pots and pans, do not leave the tap open continuously. Fill a bucket with water and use it from the bucket. Make sure that water is not wasted either at home or in public places. Turn off a needlessly flowing tap. Water stored for a long time may be used for washing clothes or watering plants. Precautions to prevent contamination of water. Take the following precautions to prevent contamination of water. Do not allow garbage to collect near wells and lakes. Also, do not defecate at these places. Do not wash clothes, vessels near stores of water. If there is a well in your backyard, keep its surroundings clean. If there is garbage or dirt near a public source of water, inform the Gram Panchayat, municipality or municipal corporation immediately. Ensure that the surroundings of water sources remain clean.